Welcome, guys. Just starting right now. Welcome, everybody. How was the weekend? It's our first day back at work. Welcome to our live broadcast. And today we're going to be looking at another water utilities company. Last week we looked at two companies that are responsible for water supply, water regulation in the United States. Today we have yet another company. I'm sure some of you guys know about it, but I'll tell you the company later. So make sure you like, subscribe, and stay in the live broadcast. All our smart investors, it's a bit hot here. No, I don't have an aircon in here, so I just have to. So to everyone who's coming in, guys, we are here every day around this time. And basically what we do on this account is that we just select a company that is listed on any stock exchange, and we do a breakdown of their profile. We also do a breakdown of their stock pricing and how their performance has been on lately, their latest performance on the stock exchange. So this company that we're talking about right now, they are listed on the New York Stock Exchange, WTRG. You can go check them out. Maybe you've heard about them, but their name is Essentials Utilities Inc., but their listing on the stock exchange is WTRG. Okay, so this is the company that we're going to be talking about, utilities. Maybe you guys are customers or clients of utilities, essential utilities. They are into water. So we're going to be doing just a brief breakdown about what they're into. But like I do all the time, I go onto Yahoo Finance. I want to see how they've performed. So yeah, trying to give you a latest picture of how they've been like, and then we'll just talk about the other stuff. Okay, so there you go. So make sure you stay, so this is our slide. We have around 16 or 17 slides. So I'm going to do this presentation very slowly. I don't want to finish the slides quickly and I have nothing to talk about. So drop your questions, your concerns in the comments. Okay, so we're going to be talking about, and also guys, you can add our WhatsApp, text us on WhatsApp, scan the WhatsApp there, send us a message if you want to know more in-depth stocks analysis or anything concerning this presentation. Add us on WhatsApp. Yeah, let's be friendly there. So that is our WhatsApp there. You can scan. It's also at the end of this presentation. I'll give you guys some time so that you can also scan it at the end. So there we go. So we did speak on these are the previous presentations that we've done. This is just a little recap that we're doing about. So the whole of last week we're talking about AI's impact on solving or mitigating water scarcity. So we spoke about two companies yesterday. So this is just a recap for all the people that were not here last week. That we did speak on this. Go check out our other live broadcast to catch up on this. So this is just a recap of the other water-related companies that we dealt with last week. So this is just a recap, some data there, some statistics, which is important. AI is going to be a critical component in trying to solve water issues. So let's, and also, yeah, we also had this as well. This is sort of like a pie chart. Water infrastructure. This is one of the companies. This is sort of like the capital injection or investment towards the water industry that we did speak on last time. A cool 55 billion. And for all the people that were here last time, we were talking, when I was talking about this company, we were talking about that most of their needs is in updating their infrastructure, which means that the current infrastructure that's there, updating it, or a complete overhaul of the infrastructure. This is what we did speak about last time. So go check out my last week's live broadcasts. I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday. Go check out on one of those. We did speak on this in greater detail. So just giving you a recap, because yet again today we have another water company. Oh my God, these water companies, they seem to like me. So we're just going to talk about Essential. So Essential, they are on the New York Stock Exchange. They are known as WTRG. So if you're somebody who likes to do analytics and you go on the stock exchange, please, it's on the New York Stock Exchange. And on the New York Stock Exchange, if you type Essentials, maybe they're not going to come out. But if you type WTRG, definitely they're going to come out. WTRG, just go use Tento Utilities. They're on the New York Stock Exchange. So there you go. So they closed after hours. They actually had a plus 64 cents. This must have been yesterday. So they went up a percentage 0.73 points in terms of when they closed. Their stock price improved quite a bit by just 1.73%, which is 64 cents. So just a slight increase, which could be good news for others, which could be bad news for other people. Previous close on the previous close was $36.97. This is after hours yesterday, 6 p.m. So the close was just a significant. They opened at $36.83. That is how they opened. That was the opening price when trading began. The price was at $36.83, and they closed at $37.59. So that is the 64 cents increment, or the plus 1.73. So this is how we get this little figure in the green. I'm actually reading from Yahoo Finance. I'll just give you guys what I am reading here. So this is also important. Giving you a bit of some background. It's also critical. It's good to get a background about what we are talking about. So let me just do that. I always do this in my live. So there you go. This is what I'm talking about, guys. There you go. This is how they closed. This is how they closed last night, or when trading ended. So there was a 64 cents appreciation in the stock price. Like I did say, I cannot actually bring out this whole page. I'm still trying to figure out on how I can do that. But you can go on yalefinance.com and just type in on the search there, search for new, just type in WTRG, and then they will come out. Obviously, if you want to get more information, you should sign in if you've got a Yahoo account. I'm sure if you have a Google account, you can use that to sign in as well. So there was just like 64 from the opening price to the closing price. The stock price, it gained by 64 cents, and percentages, that is plus 1.73%. So that was the closing price. Opening price was pretty. They opened at 36.83. The total volume of stocks that were bidded were 1,172,659. The asking uh, average stocks were 1.569,836. So this is just giving you a little picture, a slim picture of what it's like. Um, and you can also go and I'll show you this so that you have an idea of how the stock has been performing in the last 5 days. So allow me to remove this one that I have right now. Okay, let me say bye bye to this and show you guys another picture so that you just get a general idea of how they are performing like in the last 5 days. Um, so there you go. I'll put in another one. You guys get a clear picture of what's been going on with this company. So this is 5 days reading that I'm about to put up. It's somewhat it's got highs and lows, but it's a good graphic. Let me go by line, or should I go candles? I think let me go line. Okay, let me go mountain. Okay, so let me give it to you guys so that you see. There you go. I'm sure you guys can see it there. Oh, it's still displaying that other one. Anyway, we'll talk about this later. Let's continue with our presentation. Let me just leave it up there in case I want to do it again. So today's presentation, this is the flow chart, WTRG, company analysis, technical analysis summary, okay? So let's go. WRTG. So this is how you find them on any stock. They're on the New York Stock Exchange. They are listed as WTRG, but their name is Essential Utilities. They've got a long history. From Philadelphia, Suburban Water Company, 1968. From Aqua, Pennsylvania, formerly known as the Philadelphia Suburban Water Company. So they are another water company, the third water company we've done here. Essential is a Pennsylvania-based company that is a holding company of a regulated utility company. So they regulate providing water, wastewater, natural gas services to approximately 5 million people in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Texas, Illinois, North Carolina, New Jersey, Indiana, Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, under the Aqua and People brand. So they serve these people, 5 million people that are spread over how many states? Okay, so there's one, Pennsylvania, then Ohio, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So their customers are not in the whole of the US, but their customers are in these 11 states, and they have 5 million customers. And what are their products? Providing water, their utility company, number one, providing water, wastewater, and also natural gas services. So WTG, the second largest water and wastewater service provider in the United States, also provides natural gas distribution services to customers. WTRG provides excellent service to nearly 5.5 users through its three major business departments: regulated water, regulated natural gas, and others. So this is just a snapshot of their company profile and what they are involved, who they serve, where are their customers. So 5.5 million. Let's move on. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar. I'm sure if you are live in any of these 11 states, you might know these people, okay? So you did see that they are the second largest water and wastewater service provider. So obviously we have the number one service provider We did the company last week, skipping my head. That company, there are 7 people in a lot of states as well. They're skipping my I did the live stream last week. Can't believe I'm forgetting them. But it is what it is. Go check out my live. That's why you should go check out my other live stream so that you see the company that I was talking about. So they are the number 2. Last week it did number 1 company. Okay, and the company that I did last week, I'm skipping their name though. They offer services to households, they offer service to government and government departments like the military. They are the biggest. So Essential is number 2 on that list. And this is the thing with the United States, you have a lot of these private players. So of course, it's not only those 2, WTRG and the other company. You have a lot of players because America is a big company, right? So let's go. Let's see who is analysis. Let's see what this analysis is all about. So strong profitability, a solid start to 2024. This is just a breakdown of what's been happening. This is their quarterly figures. It's a quarter ended March 31, 2024. So all the way from 2023 to 2024. Operating revenue. So you got side by side 2024 to 2023. So operating revenue for 2024 is 612,000. It's a lot less than operating revenue in 2023 for the same quarter. Operations and maintenance expensive. Even their expenses are almost they're almost maybe $10,000 less. Let's go to net income, the amount of income. They made more income in 2024 as compared to last year, 2023. Basic net income per common share, even their common share basic net is a 97 cents or $0.97 as compared to last. So their figures for this year have been impressive. Strong profitability. So, yep, this is just a snapshot of how it's been in the first quarter of 2024. WTRG demonstrated strong profitability. Company's net revenue increased significantly by 38. Wow, that is a crazy jump. 38.8% year on year, reaching 267.7 million US dollars. So that's been the improvement, mainly due to lower natural gas costs, which led to a surge in the net profit margin of nearly 1,710 basis points, reaching 43.4%. Although the number of shares increased by 3.4%, this only slightly neutralized the growth of profits. Therefore, diluted earnings per share, which is called EPS, increased by 34.7% year on year, reaching $0.97 on 97 cents in the current quarter, exceeding analyst expectations of $0.21. Okay, let's look ahead. Looking ahead to the full year, WTRG is expected to exceed the midpoint guidance set in February for diluted earnings per share of $1.98. This is due to the strong performance in the first quarter and significantly. So there has been improvement for these guys. I also want to, there's something that I saw about them. Yeah, you can also go and see Business Wire. They have something else for WTRG. There's like a long article talking about WTRG. And there's also another report by Simply Wall Street about WTRG. So many stuff you can go and see. Okay, let's continue with our presentation. If you're watching, do not forget to follow, like, subscribe, drop a comment. Okay. You can also text us or WhatsApp us. You can see there's a QR code down there. So feel free to join us. So let's go. What's next? So this is just a synopsis, guys, of how different their quarter has been different from that in 2023. Now let's move on now. Healthy balance sheet support equity requirements. So according to Executive Shula, WTRG's water division revenue in Illinois, North Carolina, Ohio, and Pennsylvania increased by 13.7 million this year. That is a lot of money. And in addition, natural gas business surcharges in Kentucky and Pennsylvania will also increase operating revenue by 1 million annually. The company's water department in Illinois, New Jersey, Texas, and Virginia still have 43.2 million rate adjustment case pending approval. These growth points provide a solid income foundation for WTRG. So there you go. This is a healthy balance sheet. Just you can see there stable credit ratings, select credit targets, raising equity to support long-term goals. So how are they going to raise equity? So to support long-term targets, Essential expects to raise 250 million through an ATM program in 2024. So that is more insider business. Select credit targets, debt to capital ratio between 50 to 55%, dividend payout ratio 60 to 65%, FFG net debt ratio 12 to 14%. So they want to invest 1.4 billion annually from 2024 this year to 2028 to expand and improve its water and natural gas infrastructure. So this is almost the same with the company that we did last week. The number one company with the biggest, they are the number one. They have the biggest market share. So yeah, I'm not gonna say the company so that you guys can go check it out for yourself. We did speak of this mystery company in last week's presentation. So the WTRG are number two. So just like the company last week's company, they also they're going to invest a huge chunk of their money into infrastructure, because right now the problem just seems like all of America, the problem with water shortages and the likes, it has got to do with infrastructure. Infrastructure is now old. Infrastructure has got to be changed. Okay, pipes leaking and all that stuff. So they also are going to invest all this money in a space of 4 years towards improving their uh, their infrastructure for water and natural gas. It is expected that during this period, the annual basic growth rate of water sector will reach 8%, and the annual basic growth rate of the natural gas sector will reach 10%. I'm not really sure who their competition is in terms of natural gas, but I'm sure they have tons of competition. In addition, by selectively acquiring 50,000 licensed water systems and 14,000 wastewater systems in the United States, the company will gain additional growth opportunities. Okay, company analysis. So guys, we're gonna talk about shares. We're just gonna talk about the background and also just talk about company analysis. So there you go. Advantage of long-term dividend growth. Yeah, long-term dividends, right? Dividends. If you're like me, you're an investor and you like dividends, then if you hear stuff about long-term dividend growth, you'll be excited. The true value of WTIG lies in its compound annual growth rate of dividends over the past 10 years, reaching 7.3%. This growth rate is significantly higher than the median of 5.2% in the public utilities industry. So they are doing pretty well because all of public utilities, the rate is around 5.2. They have reached 7.3 over the past 10 years. So in the public utilities industry, more than 200 basis points higher. This also resulted in the company achieving a 10-year dividend CAGR annual growth rate, that's all it means, compound annual growth rate, rating of B in the quantitative system, indicating excellent performance in long-term dividend growth. So there you go, you've got ticker yield, quality rating, average recession dividend cut. There's a lot of mathematics and economics. If you're not really a mathematician or statistician, they're probably going to have trouble understanding this, but this is just a breakdown. Okay. It is expected that WTRG's quarterly dividend per share will increase by 7.5% this summer, reaching a $0.33. If the prediction becomes true, the company will pay a dividend of $1.27 per share in 2024. So a dividend, that's going to be the income per share. It will be $1.27. So that means if you own 1,000 shares or 10,000, you're getting a pretty hefty dividend. This will result in the company's payout rate reaching 63.7%, which falls far below the rating agency's expectation of 75% for utility companies within its target payout rate range of 60 to 65%. So companies are different. There are other companies, guys, that you get a bigger dividend. It depends on the sector that you've invested in. You know, utilities, you're not going to get too much of a dividend payout in utilities as compared to other sectors if you invest in other sectors. But for now, for this company, compared to what's been happening and the forecast that we have right now, thinking the utilities, especially for this company, everything seems to be headed in the right direction. Okay, but utilities are not just, they don't pay big dividend payouts. I'm sure if you're an investor or you've been studying utilities, you know this already. I'm actually curious about how many people are like to invest in utility companies. So let's go. Yep. So let's go. Company analysis, risk factor. So with anything, we want to know the risk associated with this company. Is it risky investing with them or it's worthwhile? Let's see. What is their risk assessment? Regulatory risk factors. So more than 2/3 of operating revenues come from regulated water and gas business in Pennsylvania. So 2/3 of their income or their revenue is coming from water and gas business from one state. Although the state has historically provided a constructive regulatory environment for utility companies, if this situation changes, it may affect the fundamentals of WTRG, leading to rating agencies lowering credit ratings and forcing the company to adjust its $7.2 billion 5-year capital expenditure plan. So, yep, this company, most of the revenue is coming from the state of Pennsylvania because this company is a Pennsylvania company, Philadelphia. They've always been there, and they grew to reach out 10 other states. So it's only natural for them to enjoy much of their revenue from people or customers in Pennsylvania, regulated water, and so Pennsylvania accounts for 2/3 of their operating revenue. And remember, guys, these guys cover 11 states, And if one state is contributing 2/3 in terms of revenue, then it means that the other states are bringing in little chunks of money. Why is it like that? Because, of course, in the other states, you have other water regulatory companies that are probably much bigger and much more prominent than this company. So this is the regulatory risk. So for them, regulation, because they are based in their home state, in their home state, in their home city, the regulation laws for them is not as taxing, or the regulation laws is not as different from other states. The rules and the laws are not as different from the other states. So because each and every state, sometimes, states want to favor companies that are from that state. They don't want another company from somewhere coming in and enjoying much of their revenue. So they come up with all these laws and all these taxes for outside companies to not want to do business. And some of these changes, these laws and taxes favor local players. They favor local players. So for them, they are making more of their money in their home state, because the regulation laws there and the taxes are not as high as in the other states that they operate in. Okay, so they have a favorable regulatory environment in Philadelphia or in Pennsylvania. So that's just it. Network attack risks. In addition, WTRG also faces the risk of cyber attacks, okay, getting hacked. If the attack is successful, it may disrupt the company's operations, adversely affect short-term operational results, and increase litigation and IT expenses, thereby affecting the company's future growth. So I think this company also, apart from them investing in, let's say, a lot of their water infrastructure, they also need to invest more in their IT, and avoid cyber attacks or being hacked. Because trust me, guys, once people's information is out there, data leaks and all that stuff, you have a lot of, people are very sensitive about their information and who gets to see that information and how it can potentially be used. So, yeah, I think they should, if there is a threat for cyber attacks, then they should try to also invest in having a more robust and solid IT in place. So this is more some of the risks, regulation risks in other states, and also network attack risks. They are billion dollar company. Come on, they can invest in a good cyber thing. Let's go. Let's see what they have right now. The technical analysis. This is where we like, right? This is what we like. This is where we like. Okay, so this one stretches all the way back to 19, all the way back. This is like from the point when this company was listed on the stock exchange. So we are talking of a timeline here all the way back beyond 1985. And you can really see, without much analysis, you can see that their stock has been going up, especially when you get to 1995, thereabout. You can see stock begins to rise. The pricing of the stock begins to rise. So they have their stock picture, they have intrinsically been going up in terms of their stock price and their stock valuation. So the stock price has shown an overall upward trend. You see, upward trend ever since, especially beginning 1995. That's where you can really see a sharp upward trend to present day. But as you get to now, it seems there has been a little bit of a decline. But generally, their price has been going up, an upward trend. in the long term with an overall increase of about twice the price. Okay, the price is always above long-term curve line. See that line, that red line there? That's the long-term curve line, which is red curve line here. Every time the price touch down the long-term line, it will go up again. So that is sort of like the behavior of this stock. As soon as it hits the red line, it always goes up. And you can really see it at 1990, at 1995, from 1995 till now, the company has hit the red, the stock has hit the red line a few times, just once, not many times, just hit the red line once, close to, that could have been around 2009 or so. So every time the price touch down the long-term line, it will go up again, which means this line is a very strong support. And currently the long-term trend price support line is at $35. Okay, $35. That is where usually the red line support is at $35, 35 bucks a stock. But obviously, as of now, they are trending around $37. Yep. Yesterday they closed at, yeah, $37.59. So they're quite stable and steady. You know, they've been, and this has happened for this long, quite this long. So this has been a stable stock. If you look at it in the bigger picture. Let's see what else we have for you here. This is so long term. Long term, they've performed pretty well. Long term, they've performed pretty well. And let's see what they do in the short term, though. Short term, there you go. On 1-day chart, if you see the price is above the purple line, which is a mid-term trend line around 37 bucks, which means the price is the supporting in mid-term. So you can see our little purple line there. Yeah. The purple cure line, which is a mid-term trend line around $37, which means the price has the support in mid-term. Now you can see the price is still above the red curve. Yep, the price still above the red curve. You can see it's up there, which means it has a strong support in the long term. We can draw a pressure level from the red curve peak, which is the long-term trends curve peak. If it cannot break through the pressure level of $45, it can be sold at a profit. And now we want to, if you are into selling, into buying and selling, make sure you send us a text, make sure you support us, make sure you scan on WhatsApp, okay? Don't miss out on our WhatsApp there. Exactly. Let me do something. I wanted to show you something as well. I do not know. Give me a second. Okay. I just want to see something. $5 years. Okay, where were we? I'm just looking at something here. I cannot show you guys. Yeah, I wanted to show you this chart, but I'm not sure if it'll come out. Still working on that though. Long-term chart. It's basically the same chart as the one that we have for the long term and the short term. So short-term opportunity is there in the little circle there, the little red circle. That is your little opportunity for the short term. Okay, at $36.4. There you go. From the 30-minute chart, we can draw two lines at peak of the purple line. Okay, so we have, you can see that's where the purple line peaked. So we drew those two lines, in which is 36 and 37 US dollars. If the price does not break through these support level lines here, we can buy the stock at a low price and hold it in a short to mid term. Okay, so this is a stock that even if you buy it, you're not supposed to have it for like a long time. Okay, you can just hold it for short to mid term, and then you can inevitably sell in, because even the price, like you can see, it's solid between 36 and $37. So this price doesn't, it will not go all the way up. It usually is in this range. So we're talking about a gain of like $1.27, stuff like that per stock. So if you've got many stocks, yeah, inevitably you're going to have a little bit of profit. But it's not a stock that really, when it moves, there is like a big increment or a big gap, So it's quite stable. So if you're somebody who's into like really profiting from this, maybe you're really going to buy the stock. If I was buying the stock, I'm just buying the stock to hold it and get a bit of I'm getting my profits from my dividend, and then just keeping this investment in this company. I'm not going to touch this investment. I'm just in this for the dividends, noticing how the price moves. Okay. There is not much of many highs and lows on the stock in terms of its pricing performance. So let's move on. Hey. Okay, let's go. Okay, short-term opportunity. So this for short-term. Short-term can be a day, can be a week, can be 2 weeks, can be 30 days. It depends on how you define short-term. Okay, so this is like 5 minutes. Okay, so you have to really monitor this. So this is like short-term 5-minute opportunity. So there you go there. So you can see in 5 minutes there isn't even, there is a slight movement though, but it's just a little movement for 5 minutes. Now we can draw a line from the purple line's peak. So there, guys, we've drawn a line, purple line's peak. We've drawn the line there at the top, at the very top there. That's the peak of the purple line, which is also upper edge of the platform here. And the price is 36 USD. So 36 is down here. And you can see the price and the purple curve line fall back and touch down this area. So over here, which is the upper edge of the platform. And then the price just pulled back again. Price pulling back again there over somewhere here. Now the price is around the red curve line here, which means it has some support here in the short term. For you short-term traders, this is good news for all of you. Okay. Okay, if you're in the short term, now the price around the red curve line here, which means it has some support here in the short term. You can see the magic of these curve lines here. It is not just the normal average line here. Okay, so our curve over here, we said, has the mathematical principle of Fibonacci sequence. Okay, you can go Google that. Therefore, these are not just small lines here. You want to learn more, subscribe to our account and we can share more with you. Okay, so you want to learn more about this, more stock oriented knowledge. You want to have more in-depth knowledge, which is not here. Now, please kindly subscribe and scan on us there. You can see our WhatsApp is there so that we can teach you more and you can have more information. We can really equip you. It's kind of hard to say a lot of stuff on the live broadcast, but please follow us and we will talk to you again. Let me give you a little summary from all this stuff I was talking about. So there are chances if you're going to deal with their stock, WTRG offers you strong profitability, especially if you try to do short term, like what I just did show you, the long term dividend growth advantage. I would rather be in the long term dividend growth advantage because you can actually see from how the stock operates. The price fluctuations are not really quite large, even if on a bad day. This stock is kind of just there. It's fluctuating bit by bit. It's got gains of $1, okay, or losses of $1. So this is a stock that whether it's trending up, going up, or trending coming down, it's slight little dollar losses or gains. It's not really performing like going for $5, $10 or $6 jumps. So with a stock like this, I mean, you're just gonna have to hold it for dividends. But it's profitable because it's always trending going up, but trending going upside is just there are just little little improvements. So pay attention to relevant risk factors. Okay, that is also something to pay attention on. Risk factors. The long-term trend price support line is currently at $35. The short-term buying price can be around $37. The target price can be between $43 and $45. So the target price, like a potential price it may go to, it may hit, could be around $43 or $45. But currently with the data that we have, short-term buying price, you can buy it at 37. Long-term trend price, $35. That is all that this stock has for you. So you have to trade carefully. Let's see, what else do we have for you guys? The previous stuff, okay, previous recommended stock. Actually, my picture is on, it's kind of interfering here. Let's bring it down here, okay. There you go. There you go. Previous recommended stock, high profit performance, GME, GameStop. These are the other companies that we did, and FFIE and MicroAlgo. We spoke on these companies last week. So this is just an update for you guys who like to buy. If you're looking for a stock price with a high profit performance, then you could also look at these three. GameStop, they make game equipment, software, hardware, computer. They're also into mobile phone firmware, software, and hardware. They do a bunch of stuff. Faraday Future, Intelligent Electric, Electronic Stock, MicroAlgo. They're also into some business there. Suggested buying price. So for GME, you can get you can buy at $20.09 a stock, and then Faraday Future you can buy it at under under $1. That's 0.442 cents. Okay. Okay, and then micro algo, $5 or $4 maximum increase after recommendation or suggested buying price. It can increase with to 110%, FFIE 100%, and micro algo can increase by 40%. So the recommended date. So those were some recommended dates that these stocks achieved all of those. Obviously, we've moved from them. This is just a breakdown of the other stocks that we talked about. Okay, 6-7. Today we are on the 11th. Okay. So also these ones are stocks to really watch out. Please watch out for these stocks. They actually perform solidly. So these, if you're somebody who wants to invest long term, or if you want to invest short term, these are some of the companies that you should look out for. And yes, please text us on WhatsApp. Scan that QR code and reach out to us. If you want to find out more about this company, you want to find out more information, obviously not on a live broadcast like this one, please reach out. We will respond back to you. That's why we have that. So text me, reach out to me, call me on WhatsApp, okay? And we will recommend some stocks for you that have been doing well. So usually the stocks that we talk about here, we're actually monitoring them. We're not just talking about some random stocks, okay? We're talking about some stocks that can bring some profitability to your pockets. So we're still watching those stocks. So every stock we talk about here, we watch that stock, okay? So furthermore, we'll bring you breakdowns. So if you want to come and always ask about us, if you want to come on another day, like maybe next week, and you want to ask about the stock that we talked about today by WTRG, of course, we'll give you more information and more updates. But if you're somebody who's smart, you can go for yourself on platforms like Yahoo Finance or Investopedia, and then just click in their name, and you will see how they're performing on the market, on the stock exchange. And there's going to be a ton of news about these companies, about something that's happened yesterday or something that has taken place within that week. So definitely that. So until next time, guys, you can also go and do we have any current news? Let me see on. So no, not any current news as such for the stock, except only that Bank of Nova Scotia bought some shares, some WTRG shares. Okay. I do not know how many shares they bought, but let me open and see how many shares they bought. Okay, so even banks are buying, okay? They bought, the institution investor owned 13.606,000 shares of the company stock after acquiring an additional 6,149 shares during the period. Bank of Nova Scotia holdings in essential utilities were worth. So they previously had some stocks. This is Bank of Nova Scotia. I think they're a Canadian bank, if I'm not mistaken. So their stocks, the ones that they had, were valued at $508,000 as of its most recent filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. So yeah, these are other companies, large bank corporations that are also investing. Okay, so if banks are investing, and banks already have money, they're already wealthy, why can't you invest? You can also invest. Okay, that's why we have this channel, to actually help you, to actually trigger you, motivate you to invest. Okay, so that you can have a stream of income. Okay, 9 to 5 is not good, trust me. So anyway, we've reached the end of our live broadcast. I hope you guys scanned. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to scan or text us on WhatsApp. Scan us, text us. Let's have more discussions on our WhatsApp. And also, guys, remember we are here every day. If you don't see me, probably you'll see other people. But usually catch me here. So if you want to learn more and get more better stock, please subscribe to our account. Subscribe to this one, Smart Investor, and also add us on to our WhatsApp. Okay, let's seize the next bull stock together. So we'll talk to you guys later. Okay. Make sure you hit the subscription button. Make sure you follow. Make sure you stay. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay. It's been a pleasure. See ya.